Now, US-backed Kurdish forces say they've defeated Islamic State militants and conquered their last small foothold in Syria. Syrian Democratic Forces have been fighting the remaining jihadists outside the village of Baghuz. Well, let's just take a look at how their territory has diminished. Now, back in January 2015, the areas you see here marked in red were under control of the group. But since then, it slowly declined as Islamic State were pushed back. And over the course of the last 4 years, their control has dwindled. And by the start of this year, they only held a few small areas of territory. Well, recent fighting has focused on the area near Baghuz, and today, US-backed forces in Syria claim that they've taken back that final strip of land. Well, the SDF's announcement of a victory marks the culmination of a weeks-long final assault on Baghuz, a small piece of territory where thousands of fighters and their families had been holed up. Ali Makbul has this report from northeastern Syria.
The official declaration finally came from the Syrian Democratic Forces that the so-called caliphate had been totally eliminated.
We congratulate the Syrian people, and particularly the Syrian Democratic Forces, on the destruction of ISIS's fraudulent caliphate and for the liberation of ISIS's remaining territory in eastern Syria.
It followed a massive offensive earlier this week on the last stronghold of the Islamic State group in the town of Baghuz. Local forces have since been involved in mopping up operations, fighting militants who are hidden in tunnels, clearing unexploded ordnance and booby-trap devices, and also, it appears, removing what are estimated to have been many hundreds of bodies. While people in this region have been celebrating the territorial defeat of IS, there's clear recognition that this is by no means an end to the threat posed by the group, and the fight against it will go on.
Well, this has been a huge achievement that's taken a great deal of sacrifice, but people here are very mindful of calling this just a territorial victory against the Islamic State group, knowing that the fight against them and their ideology will go on into the future. Ali Makbul, BBC News in northern Syria.